How's it, everybody? Welcome back to the Nomasburg region. Sanctum Gamer here. We are 23 episodes in, and today we will be continuing the expansion of the area around the circular homes that we've been building over the last while. Now, I wanted this place to be a slight mix of commercial and industrial. So I wanted to put down this fishing harbor around here together with a ferry terminal. And this ferry terminal basically serves as a way to connect these circular homes that we've been working on to the rest of the region. Most probably Charlestown, since that is the next biggest town that will be away from here. But this area is essentially the outskirts of this main town that we are going to be building anyway. But I did want this place to look a little bit more developed, a bit more upmarket. Given the area that it's in, I don't think you would have too many, rural looking like places. So I wanted to keep this fishing harbor a bit more developed. You can see from, all the containers that are lying around that there is quite a bit of fish that gets caught around here, and that will make sense. I mean, there's this big river that is running through here, so yeah, this has been set up. They're catching their fish, and then via this ferry terminal, people around here can access the rest of the region. Now, I wanted to make this ferry terminal look different from all the others. Up until now, I've just been using this one asset, but I figured each time I use it, I'll try and find a way to get a bit more creative around it. So I used these raisable parking lots, which allows you to basically put parking lots that don't conform to the terrain. And then I slapped down the ploppable asphalt, which of course are also non-terrain conforming. And then you have this custom parking lot that looks like it's been built into the river. And I thought it looks very nice. It makes the place look different from all the others that I have built so far. And I'm probably going to do more of that kind of stuff all across the river. As long as I'm using the same asset, each time I put it down, I'll try and make it a bit more unique so it's different from all the others that have been built before. And then behind the fishing harbor, I thought I would put a little industry or something that looks like some slight industry that's taking place, starting with the storage warehouse. Now, I love the way these storage warehouses look. I think they are pretty awesome assets by design. They fit into a lot of different areas, and with a little detailing around it, you can make each one also look quite unique, which is nice. And then for the industry side of things, or at least the warehouses around it, I wanted to make it look both built up and a little more not so built up, I guess, a little informal. So I put these sheds at the back with random things just sitting in and around it. And then right in front of it, you've got the main developed warehouses, where I'm guessing the fishing harbor would have invested a bit more to create all of this stuff, but we still have that kind of round down area in and around it. And then a little detailing to make the place look, a little zhuzhed up. You can never complete areas like this without putting a couple of trees down. And I love these network road markings. I think they're also quite nice. They make detailing simple and quick, and you don't end up killing like props by using decals and all of that stuff in abundance. And then right next to it is the commercial space, and I wanted to get a couple of shops in, so people in and around here, this is like the quick go-to place that they can buy stuff when they're traveling between the towns. So you arrive via the ferries, you could buy something here. If you are driving, there's a place that you can stop by and get stuff. I'm going to put a bus station in here as well, but I'll probably put it on the other side of this road and then bridge over and allow the pedestrians to be able to cross this place quite easily. And then another thing that I wanted to get in here is, given that people could be driving around, I thought this is a nice central spot to have a petrol station, which of course allows you to just fill up quickly and get whatever you want. So this is just a small little commercial space. It's nothing too big, nothing too fancy. We'll have a nice bigger one closer to where the main town is, which is, from what you're looking at, it's towards the left of the screen. And we're going to start working our way now slowly towards the town. I haven't quite figured out exactly the order in which I'm going to build that town yet. So we might jump around quite a lot so that we're not always doing the same things over and over and over again, because there's going to be a lot of residential areas surrounding this town. So I'm going to try my best and balance out my videos as much as possible, where some would be residential, others will do a bit more hopefully unique builds and stuff like that. And then continuing the expansion, we're putting down all these roads. So this is the backbones of this neighborhood, I guess, that sits across from the circular homes. And then we're gonna spend quite a bit of time for the rest of the episodes just putting down all the houses in and around this area. I thought I would fill out this entire place in this video, but I kind of ran out of time, so we're only going to do about half of this, and then in the next one we will continue the expansion towards the town. So with that, with our circular homes quite far along, I thought I would take some time to just chat a little bit about how we can get a name for this place, I guess. Okay, so a quick detour to have a look at the circular homes that we built. These are pretty much all but done. In the last episode, so episode 22, we built these 4. And in the 2 live streams that followed, we built these 3 plus that one. So the next set of 4 that make up the entire area. Still not entirely sure we're gonna put here, but it might be a circle, it might be a little entertainment area. We'll see what happens. But overall, this whole area is done. Now in the live stream, we named this circle. So this was named by a viewer known as Will the Penguin. It was a promise that I made to them. So Will the Penguin, thank you so much for that name. We will name all of the others as well in subsequent live streams. Maybe in the next live streams that we do Nomasburg, we'll probably take some time and name each and every one of them. But this entire area needs to have a name. So I'm going to open up the name suggestion channel on the Discord server to get name suggestions from all of you to have this entire place named. So if we can get a name and some kind of backstory for the area, that will be fantastic. And then I will put that at the beginning of the next video. Okay, with that, let us continue with the build. Cool, so you got that? Everybody jump onto that Discord server. There's a name suggestion channel. Drop your names, suggestions, drop the backstory for the place. And it's always a fun activity when people give all their stories, their names, and everybody starts reacting to it. So the idea is that the one that has the highest reactions, at least positive reactions, would serve as the winner. And in the next video, I will read out what that story is, what the name is, and then credit the person who gave that story. So yeah, invite code is in the description. Get on there and let's get some names in. Now, continuing this build, this is basically well, how should I put this? The outskirts of this neighborhood, close to this shopping area, center type place. And the idea here is following pretty much in the same vein. I mentioned this way back when we first started Nomasburg, that I wanted the entire land to look like, or at least the areas close to the river, to make it look like it's quite low lying. And so they all have these dikes or levees, whatever they are called, that will span across the river wherever we've got residential areas, and then elevate the land a little bit. And I think that gives it a pretty unique look, which I enjoyed doing when we built what is that town now? I even forget the name of the towns now that we've built. Driftwood, that's it. When we built Driftwood, we did this. I really like the way that looks, so I'm carrying it along as far as possible in most of the areas. And then where there are no houses, we will do some wild nature detailing with rocks and bushes and so on. So we're not going to have residential areas along the entire river, but we'll have pockets of them concentrated, going along the river. This one is going to be a fairly big one, but then thereafter, going towards the right of the screen as you're looking at it, we'll have smaller pockets of residential areas. So this would be the places that are going to sit on the other side of this fishing harbor that we have been building. And another thing that I want to try and also do is, where possible, incorporate like little farms or little gardens in people's backyards. I think that really adds to kind of the realism of what I'm trying to achieve. The fact that everybody here, well, not everybody, but most of the people here take advantage of every small opportunity they get to do some farming, cut costs, to have to buy as many tomatoes and onions. I mean, whatever it is that they farm. So that's the idea. We'll try and incorporate as many of them as we can. And then on the other side, just before you exit the residential area, there's a small little, a restaurant that people can go to and chill and just, I suppose, relax a little bit. So this is not like a major shopping place that you would go and buy a whole lot of stuff, but it's more of a, hey, let's go and grab a quick bite to eat, and you don't have to travel all the way to the main town in order to do that. And then, of course, like I mentioned, is that we're going to have a pretty extensive bike network in this town. So these bike networks that we set up, we did them in the last live stream, if I remember right. We're going to connect everything up to it, and this biking network is going to go all the way out into the main town that we will be building, which we set down the slight foundation of it in episode 21. So everything will connect up to it, and it will lead up to that. And so far, I like the fact that I'm actually seeing people using these bike lanes. So because this is connected up to the circular homes up there, and we now have shops that have been set up, people are starting to use these biking networks, which is really cool. So I'm hoping by doing this as well, we'll see the overall traffic of the town not be as much, at least vehicular traffic anyway, not be as much. And yeah, that's something I'm excited to actually see, because I've never really incorporated a biking network into any build I've ever done, either on YouTube or privately before I started YouTube. I've never done anything with biking networks because I don't know anything about it. But what is nice is that in the live stream, when we were building these biking networks, the people who were watching the live stream were very nice. They were giving me tips and advice on how the biking networks in general are set up, what you do when they cross a road, and so on. So that was pretty cool. Big shout out to everybody who gave me all those tips. Really, really appreciate it. So we will finish off this area. We'll put down a couple more houses, continuing, of course, this dike or levee, whatever it's called. I actually don't know which one it is exactly, or it could be either or, right? I think it's interchangeable. I don't know if there's actually a difference. I must do some Googling. But we'll finish off this area with a couple more houses, but I'm going to try my best and break these up as much as possible. So with all these houses here, we'll be putting a small little park as well in this space. So I want to try and incorporate as many parks as I can, incorporate, a lot of places where you can actually have activities and so on. Now, there will be a school here. We'll be building the school probably in the next episode. I just didn't get around to being able to do it for this one. So with all of this, I love these small little white houses. There's such a nice contrast to the decorated ones. And I really love using them together like this, because it really just make it look like it's some kind of a planned construction area. I must find more assets like this so I'm not always using the same ones all the time. Anyway, so this is the park. I think it came out quite nicely. I did a little custom parking around the park, which I must say I was quite proud of. I like the way it all fit in with everything else that was happening around it. But yeah, that's it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Next episode, we'll continue expanding, build a school, and just get closer to the town. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you really like it. Remember to jump on the Discord server, drop your name suggestions for the circular homes area, and yeah, give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I hope to catch you all in the next one. Cheers, everybody.